welcome to you all. We look absolutely fabulous and great to see such good numbers sharing this very, very special evening with us tonight. A little bit of housekeeping to do before we bring in the first team squad this evening. It's just to make you aware of how you vote for goal of the season. Well, you do have a QR code on all of your tables tonight. If you do wish to scan that, that will give you the ability in which to make your votes for that particular category and award this evening. Entries will be played on the screens, and guests, of course, will utilise the Slido function courtesy of the QR code to make your selection. Voting will close at 8:15. Voting will close at 8:15. We are going to start with our first award at around about 7:10 tonight. Just to make you aware of how the food is going to work this evening, folks. We're going to call you up a couple of tables at a time. We don't want lots of people queuing and being stood around any longer than you need to, so we will make you aware of all of that. Also, just to make you aware of a new addition to this evening, that is our selfie pod down at the bottom end of the room. Please do go and make use of that tonight. You can instantly send the links to your phone or to your email. You can either do it through WhatsApp as well. So do get involved with that. Lots of fun to have with our selfie pod. And lots of fun, I'm sure, to look back on what has been a very, very good season down here at the Eco Power Stadium. And it gives me great pleasure now to welcome the Doncaster Rovers squad for 25-26. A big round of applause, everybody. Keep clapping because they are still coming through the door again. Not only our squad, ladies and gentlemen, but members of our backroom staff and first team management as well. Big round of applause for all of our staff and management. Ladies and gentlemen, the guys have joined us in the room. Delighted to have their company this evening. We will be commencing the awards ceremony at around about 7:10 tonight. Just to make you aware as well, we are live streaming this evening's event, so without it sounding like a school trip, if we can please mind our language at the best of times, that would be greatly appreciated. The live stream will be going on throughout the course of this evening, and there'll be news being put out on social media as and when the time dictates. So we're all gathered, we are all ready, and we are around about 15 minutes away from the start of this evening's awards ceremony. Once again, we thank you very much for your company this evening and your fabulous support during the course of the season as well. Stand by for all the action getting underway at 7:10 tonight. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, just before we embark upon our awards ceremony, coming up in about 5 minutes' time, we have got raffle tickets coming round for purchase. Right now they are £5 a strip. If you would like to get involved in that, we'll make you aware of the wonderful prizes that we have for you tonight. Meg is coming down the tables with those now. Cash and card are gratefully accepted, I do believe. It's just card, right? Okay, it's just card, right? We are a cashless stadium, of course, right? So card available for this evening's raffle. Now silent auction, we have a number of items over there. If you would like to place your bids for that, the bid box is clearly displayed there on the table adjacent to the prizes for tonight. That's for tonight's silent auction. They're coming around with the raffle tickets right now. We're 5 minutes away from our first award this evening. encourage you to make your way to your designated places as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder about our raffle that is currently ongoing, coming round with the tickets. We are accepting cards, and if you've got the exact money, I'm sure we can wind up some cash, or maybe even make us build up a flow on her journey around the table so far. If you do want to get involved in this evening's silent auction, you can do so by placing your bids at the voting box just on my right-hand side. You can see the array of prizes that we have on the adjacent table. Also as well, goal of the season, you can make your vote via the QR code on your tables. That is via Slido, of course. We will be closing the voting at 8:15 tonight, but just to give you a little bit of an idea as for what you are voting for tonight, here are the nominations for this season's goal of the season. Okay, we're just going to come back to that. We'll return back to the goal of the season very, very shortly indeed. Won't be Donny Rovers without something like that happening, would it? So we are going to move on now to our first award of the evening. This is for the Scholar of the Year. This is sponsored by Kevin Baker. Unfortunately, Kevin couldn't make it tonight, and we're delighted to be joined by somebody who has stepped in very, very last minute. A Doncaster Rovers legend in his own right. Please welcome Paul Green. Thank you very much for joining us, Paul, and stepping in at very, very late notice. Well, tonight's winner, ladies and gentlemen, of the Scholar of the Year, sponsored by Kevin Baker, we're delighted to announce is Harry Glaves. Harry, just get a quick word with you, if we may. First of all, how's the injury?
Yeah, definitely getting better. Something I wasn't expecting, but hopefully I'll be back soon.
Fantastic, and you must be delighted with the award that you won this evening.
Yeah, definitely buzzing. It's obviously something you work really hard during, over the 2 years, and yeah, you have to come away with it.
And certainly this football club, the emphasis on youth development, obviously Paul's very, well aware of that. But, there's a great pathway through to the first team for the youth players.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, this season we've seen a few of us getting opportunities, in and around the first team. So you can tell that pathway is definitely there. Obviously, Greeny and the rest of the staff that work with us have kind of helped to develop that, and it's definitely showing.
Well, best of luck with the injury. It really does look horrendous, but all injuries do, I suppose. But the very, very best wishes to you, and let's hope you're back on the field very, very shortly.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner of the first award of tonight. That is the Scholar of the Year award, sponsored by Kevin Baker. A very big round of applause to Harry Glaves. Okay, we're going to come back to you in just a few minutes' time as we move on to our second award. Stand by for that. That's on the way in a few minutes. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with you once again, and now we are going to give you the opportunity to have a look at the fantastic goals that have been scored, and these are the nominees for Goals of the Season. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all of our nominees this evening. Once again, just a further reminder that nominations, the voting closes at 8:15 tonight, so do vote via the QR codes via Slido on your tables tonight. Good luck with all of the voting, good luck to all of our nominees, some cracking goals to choose from there. Okay, we now move on to our second award of the evening. This is the Golden Boot, sponsored by Fishbits, and we'd like to invite up a representative from Fishbits to make the presentation. Wherever you are, please come. And they're over there. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming along and sponsoring this evening's award. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to take a look at our winner in action. just grab a quick chat with our skip. Owen, congratulations. Phenomenal amount of goals that you've come up with this season and played an absolutely massive part with your goal scoring for the team this year.
Yeah, not something I probably expected. Good job, I've got a big head really, isn't it? So, no, obviously happy to have helped the lads and score as many as I have. Obviously, like I said, didn't expect it at all, but luckily a lot of them have been winners, so that's probably the biggest part for me.
I presume with that sort of mantra that you've adopted there, you didn't set yourself a target for how many goals you were going to get, or is that always something in your mind that you'd like to maybe get double figures in?
It's the first year I have actually. I said 8 at the start of the season, and then obviously when I beat that I just tried to keep going. I just didn't bother setting another one because I was a bit shocked, to be honest, so no, I'm just delighted to have done it.
Yeah, fantastic goals, and all sorts of different goals as well, and the timing of your runs, getting in the box, your prowess in the air as well has really paid dividends.
Yeah, I think all of them were one touch, majority of them headers, and a total of about 10 yards out, so can't really miss from there, but no, we worked quite hard on different techniques and finishing and crossing and all that stuff, so luckily it's paid off. And
Skipper, you've completely led by example this year with your goals, with your work rate. I mean, still not missed a minute of league action this season, and you've taken some real knocks out there, both to the head, to the legs, and everywhere else. But you just get up, dust yourself down, and carry on.
Yeah, I think that's all there is to do, really. There's nothing else you can do. Just try and keep going, and as long as I'm fit and available, I'll always give me best and try and help the club in any way I can.
Well, congratulations on the fantastic award of the Golden Boot winner for 2025-2026, our captain, Owen Bailey. Thoroughly deserved with a fantastic goals tally as well. So ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the point in the evening now where I'm sure we've been looking forward to it. It's food time, so we will be calling you up a couple of tables at a time. Just a further reminder about our raffle. Tickets available for purchase at £5 a strip. And please be sure to make your bids for this evening's silent auction as well. If you need any help or assistance with those, do see Suzanne or Chloe stationed down at the far end. In the meantime, we will communicate to whatever tables are going up first for you to go up and enjoy your food. Back with more of the awards and an interview with our manager Grant McCann after food tonight. Enjoy.
Depending on what you want, guys. So you get more here. And you've got loaded hot dogs from the
I don't need this
loaded dogs and chips. Thank you very much. So depending on what you want, this one's pork euro, the next one I'm on is one with fried chicken, the one down there is load of bratwurst, load of dog basically, so depending on what you want. We've got pork euro steak out, we've got KFC on the next steak, and then we've got load of bratwurst. Just so you know, you don't have to queue for more grounds. Basically, we've got pork euro here, we've got KFC on the next steak, we've got fried chicken, and we've got a load of bratwurst. Yeah.
Which station's going to go to all three?
Yeah, let's go to all three. Not at once, just one.
Have a peek down. It's basically chicken and chips over there. And then gyros here.
What's happening? The ball is league. The ball is league? Yeah. We're not taking anything there, yeah? Anything there. We're not taking. Look, they're wonderful. Thank you very much. Please, low shot. Once again, please.
Yeah, did you hear that? Curiosity, chicken on there, I'm going to go. You get a bit of everything? One or the other? You get a
Because, yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're enjoying your evening. Just to give you a couple of minutes warning, we will be recommencing in just a couple of minutes' time. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can encourage you to make your way back to your designated places, that'd be greatly appreciated. We are keen to move the evening on. Once again, a further reminder about our raffle. If you haven't got involved in our raffle as yet, still plenty of opportunity in which to do so. Don't forget, the time has now passed to register your goals of the season entries, so thank you everybody who has registered their entries for our goal of the season tonight. And a further reminder as well, don't forget about our silent auction, all the items that you can see on the adjacent table next to where you place your bids. Okay, folks, well, we of course just have the one game remaining in Sky Bet League One. That is against Peterborough on Saturday, and that wraps things up. But to reflect on the season as a whole, it gives me great pleasure to welcome our first team manager. A very warm round of applause for Grant McCann. Grant, thank you very much for coming and joining us tonight. So just the one game left, and it's been a long season, but the objective has been achieved, but I'm sure you would have wanted more anyway.
Yeah, I just mentioned it to the players actually after the game on Saturday, that when we probably sit back and reflect, I think it's been a pretty successful season. Obviously we're always pushing for better, and we certainly will be better next year. Yeah, there's been ups and downs in the season. Good start, a spell that lasted too long in the middle, and then the second half of the season really strong.
You know, lots of high points, you know, within the season. Obviously, we've had Owen already up with his fantastic goal-scoring feats this season. He's been our Golden Boot winner, and you know, as a captain, he's been absolutely magnificent. But you know, the whole group has, you know, chipped in right the way through the season.
Yeah, it's been a big team effort. You know, everyone's played a part. But obviously, look, to mention Beals, I think he's been outstanding. You know, ever since he came to the football club, he's been outstanding. You know, his dedication to us as a football club, to his teammates. Obviously, took the captaincy this year. He's been really good at it. A different type of leader than probably Richard Wood, who we had here. More of a quiet leader, does things on the pitch with his performances. And rightly being in the team of the year, and it's always a really proud moment for the football club to see one of your players. That's 2 years in a row. With obviously Moles last year and Bales this year, it's always one of the goals that we set the players is to, you know, if you're consistent, if you're dedicated to it every single day, rather than up down, then this can happen for you. And as much as we want to keep these two players at our football club, there's no doubt there's going to be big suitors looking at them in the summer, and you know, that's what we are as a football club as well. We want to try and help people go to bigger and better things, but ultimately do well for us in the meantime.
Just a word on Luke. Obviously, he had the double hernia operation. Not many people know that he'd been playing with that injury all the way through the campaign. It's a hell of an achievement to have played through that sort of pain barrier for as long as he has done.
Yeah, and it's obviously he's been managing it for quite a bit now. But to still have the 15 goal contributions in the league this season, goals and assists is a credit to him. I spoke to him today. I'm expecting 20 goals from him next year, you know, because he's capable of it. But yeah, it's like, look, it's a big team effort from all the players and all the staff this year. It's been testing. It's been the first year back in League One. A lot of the lads first time playing at the level as well. I think the appreciation I have probably for the lads who came in on loan in January and signed and permanently onto the team, coming back to the club, has been a big improvement on us. Added experience, nous, quality to the changing room, and I think it lifted the group, hence the strong sort of end of the season finish.
Are we seeing a real step up in quality right the way through the pyramid? You know, going from the National League right the way through, as far as the last time we were in League One, it's completely a different planet, isn't it? With the money that's washing around with other clubs, and you know, the standards have gone up, and the ability of the players playing within that sort of league, and not so much taken us by surprise, but we've had to, you know, work our way into the season, haven't we, and acclimatise to that level.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the league is difficult. There is teams spending a lot of money, but you know, money doesn't just automatically buy you success. I think you have to have a real togetherness, and it's what you have in your training every day that will give you success. We didn't have the biggest budget last year in League Two, but we managed to win the league. So it's not about that. It's about what we have in the changing room. It's about the togetherness. It's about the everyday that we speak to the players about all the time. Training well, being the best, you know, sort of version of yourself, and bringing it together. It was interesting. I was telling the staff there. I had a Zoom call today with Gus Poyet, just talking to him about his experiences in football. And the big thing he said to me on it was, any successful change room is 75% led by the players. 25% of the staff. I feel like we haven't had that right this year. We did last year, so that's a big thing for me to make sure we're better on next year.
Very much so, and you touched upon it before. It's a strange end to a season where there's not been any playoffs or a championship there. But obviously we go to Peterborough on Saturday, wanting to finish on a high and get those 3 points as well.
Yeah, look, another a good game for the lads to go and finish the season strong. Really, we had a good performance second half here against a playoff chasing team in Stevenage on Saturday. And I want to go to Peterborough and put another good performance on, hopefully for longer than just 45 minutes. But yeah, good week ahead for everybody. We're looking forward to the training week. It's a busy week, but we're looking forward to the last game of the season.
And once Saturday comes and then goes, is it bags packed away on holiday, or is that a foolish thing to say to a football manager?
Look, I think it's important everybody takes a break. Look, it was we wanted to be best prepared as possible last year, with moving up a division and being the best we can, and look, ultimately first and foremost staying in the league, building from there and then trying to push to the sort of top 6 in the division. This year it's important we take a break, not for long. I think we all will take a break as a staff, and I'm sure the players will as well, but we'll come back refreshed, revitalised and ready to go, because I don't think anybody in this room, player, staff, want to be mid-table League One. We want to be better than that. This football club deserves to be in the Championship, and we will do everything we can to get it.
Just a word on the fans. You've mentioned them, in comms many times this season. But you look at the fabulous away followings that we've had. We've had long trips this season: Plymouth, Exeter, to name 2. Gone some big grounds such as Bolton as well. The fans have been absolutely fantastic, and especially here with the Black Bank offering their support and noise throughout.
Yeah, I mean, it's up and down the country. They've followed us, and they've been behind us all the way, and I keep saying it, I want this place to be full. I want this place to be behind us. I know it's a big stadium. I know it's not as big. It's harder to fill. You just look at the atmosphere. I see like the Lincoln are creating, at home. The place is bouncing. We want to try and create that here. We really do. And when this stadium is full, like we seen last year, back end of the season when we're going for the title, it's one of the toughest places to come in the Football League, and we just want to keep raising the attendances, bringing more people to the games, want to come back, but I also know that it's a byproduct of what we produce on the pitch, so I'm not stupid on that, and the players aren't either. So if we can bring it all together next year as one, let's be successful, let's get out of this league.
And I do believe fixture reveal is around about the 25th of June, I think, this year, so I'm sure we'll all be looking forward to seeing a new batch of fixtures, and as they say in football, we go again in the latter part of the summer. Grant, thank you very much indeed. On behalf of myself and all of the fans, thank you for all your hard work and to all the players as well. Bless you. Thank you. Okay, so we now move on to our third award of the evening, and this is the goal of the season. It is sponsored by Inspire Doncaster, and if we can have a representative from Inspire Doncaster to make the presentation. A big round of applause. Okay, as our presenters make their way to the stage, let's take a look at the nominees on screen. Ladies, are you ready to make the presentation? Okay, fantastic. Okay, the winner is, of course, to be determined on the night, and I'm just going to, we're going to reveal the winner right now. In all fairness, there was some bangers in there to choose from, but the winner of the goal of the season, sponsored by Inspire Doncaster, your warm applause for Elliot Lee. Elliot, if I could just grab a quick word with you, if that would be okay. Congratulations on the award. Obviously, you've come here on loan and made an absolutely massive impression. First of all, though, just a word about that fabulous goal that you scored.
Yeah, no, it's sometimes you buy a ticket, you win the lottery. So the ball dropped, and I thought, why not give it a go? And sometimes they end up in Rosa, sometimes they end up in the top corner like that. So yeah, I'm happy to score it. I caught it well, and yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Come here, obviously, in January. You're recovering from an injury. It's just been a matter of getting your fitness back up. But how have you enjoyed your time here at Doncaster Rovers?
Yeah, no, I've loved it. Great set of lads.
Pleasure.
Absolutely loved it. Like you said, I had knee surgery at the end of last year, so I wanted to come out and play games and enjoy my football again. And I've done that here, and I've been happy to help the lads climb up the table, and hopefully we can end the season on Saturday with 3 points and finish this up.
And contribute with a few goals as well.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, personally, I would like to score a few more, but yeah, 3 goals and some important goals in there. So yeah, delighted how it's gone.
Fantastic. Well, good luck for Saturday. Let's see if you can notch again on Saturday, but well done on the award. Thoroughly deserved. Ladies and gentlemen, Elliot Lee. Well done to Elliot. Thank you everybody for making your votes as you did. And a big thank you as well to Inspire Doncaster, not just for your award sponsorship tonight, but for your continued support throughout the campaign. Our 4th award this evening, this is a special recognition award, and I'd like to invite up our Chief Executive of the Club Doncaster Foundation, Mr. John Davis. Who emerges from the darkness on the right-hand side. John, thank you very much indeed for joining us tonight. And do we have any VT? We do have some VT this time, so everybody turn your attention to the screens and have a look at the fabulous work that our winner has done. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm round of applause for your winner, Jamie Sterry. Jamie, if we could John, thank you very much indeed for your presentation there. Jamie, congratulations on the award. Footballers get a little bit of a rough trot sometimes, but they just do not see what goes on, in their downtime away from the football field. Just elaborate a little bit of what we saw on the screen there.
Yeah, I do it past 4 years, helping the food bank out. I think we raised £2,000 this year, so no, it's good, and obviously everybody has challenges in life, and it's a lot of working class that actually use the food bank, so it's good to help them. And like I say, everybody has a challenge, and if I can give that bit of kindness, it helps. Yeah,
you've really immersed yourself within the community of Doncaster, not just yourself, but lots of the other lads, do lots of great work, but obviously your work's been illustrated and recognised by the PFA as well. You received that award pitchside on Saturday, so you've doubled up with the award tonight, and away from that, back onto the field. Happy with your season?
Yeah, it's been alright. Obviously it didn't start very well, but just kept going and going, and still fit and available, so that's the main thing.
Just a little hint for Saturday. Congratulations on your award, and keep up the great work that you do. Jamie, thank you very much indeed. Thank you. My thanks as well goes to John Davis for making the presentation on behalf of the Club Doncaster Foundation. Our fifth award of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Supporters Player of the Year Award. I'd like to invite forward Derek Daniels from the Shadow Board to present and announce the winner. Big round of applause for Derek, everyone. And Ange. Okay. Before you announce the winner, Derek, we're going to hear from some of the fans who think they should win the award.
Goal scorer. Carried. Creative. Basic.
Consistent.
Explosive. Hard working, works for the club.
Leader. Great. Underrated.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Phenomenal.
Quality. It'll have to be a multiple of words, but top drawer and totally determined player.
That's so fair. Captain.
Legend. Leader of men. Not one woman.
Magic.
Leader.
Phenomenal. Legendary.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Superstar. Best player. Best player.
Great player. Inspirational.
Fantastic.
Magical. Loyal. Excellent. A captain. Excellent.
Class.
Machine. Captain.
Capitano. Absolutely brilliant. 2 words. Absolutely brilliant.
Derek, please confirm, I think, what everybody's guessed so far. Who's our winner?
The winner is, I'm absolutely delighted because me and the missus got it right as well. It's Owen Bailey.
Second up tonight, Supporters Player of the Year, and you must be absolutely delighted and honoured with that as well.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, fans are massive. Fans are everything, really, aren't they, to the club. So to have the faith of them and the support means a lot to me. So obviously, just want to thank them, and they've been amazing with my family and friends and everyone who comes to watch us. So can't really thank the fans enough.
You're what I'd call as a modern day captain. You're not a ranter or a raver, but it's certainly what the manager touched upon. You lead by example. You go out there, you set the standards, and your teammates, follow.
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work as well as what you want, but yeah, I think I get on quite well with most of the lads, and it's not really my style to get stuck in and have a massive go at people. I try to bring the best out of people in other ways, and I think one of them's obviously trying to put your head where it hurts and little things like that, which hopefully makes people want to follow.
There's a legend sat over there, James Coppinger, of course, skippered the football club. How much of an influence has he been on you in your time at the club?
Massive, to be fair. He played a big part in bringing us to the club, and since I've been here, obviously, someone I lean on quite a lot, and as much as we wind each other up daily, he's always there for us, and he's had a massive impact on me, and I'm thankful again to Cops and all the staff, really.
And your family's had a massive influence in here, I can promise you that. They always travel in the numbers, are always very vocal, but such sociable and lovely people, and a wonderful family that you have. Congratulations, Owen, on your award tonight. It's alright. Oh, dear. Big thank you to Derek from the Shadow Board as well for making the announcement and presentation to Owen this evening. So our sixth award, our penultimate award this evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is for the Players Player of the Year, and this is always a very coveted award to whoever wins this particular accolade. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite forward a very special guest to make this presentation. Please put your hands together for Billy Sharp. Are you presenting it to yourself? Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look on screen now and have a look at our winner.
When we lose games, win games, he's always around the lads. He'll have a good laugh in the dressing room and build the spirit if they need it.
He epitomises what a footballer should be. Hard-working, honest.
He's been a really good leader, and when we were, in trouble a little bit, I feel like he came in positive every day and he helped us out.
I know his numbers have been so good this year, but to play every single game is absolutely incredible.
How he trains, how he looks after himself, how he leads by example.
On the pitch, he's there. He'll put his full body on the line. You see he dives in with his head. It's big enough to be able to get it.
I know what it takes to captain a club, and it's hard sometimes when it's not going great. But even when it's not going great, he makes people laugh. He's infectious, and he knows how to get the group back.
He's got the biggest heart of anyone I've ever met in football, and that's the most important thing to me.
He's a humble kind of guy, so I think it'll mean a lot to him. I think that's probably what he'd appreciate the most, getting the lads' respect, and he's got that from the full dressing room.
Gaffer, I'm sure he'll listen. He deserves another contract.
He's a legend.
I feel like he's a top guy, even better person, like another one of it.
Congratulations, and let's enjoy a beer together tonight.
Billy, announce our winner. Owen Bailey. Thank you very much, Billy, for making the presentation, and been worked tonight as far as varying the interviews here, aren't I? Some wonderful words from your teammates there, and words said from the heart.
Yeah, quite emotional, to be fair. Obviously some of these lads are amazing people, and to hear them speak about you like that's something else really. So proud of that, and they all mean so much to me, so I'm just grateful for them.
Football dressing rooms and squads, I don't think it's recognised. You spend so much time in each other's company, don't you? You spend so much time together, whether it be hotels, whether it be coach trips, training in the dressing room, you'll socialise outside of football, and the group that we have here, and since you've been here at the club, it's been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think everyone who comes into the club buys into it, and every single one of the lads, I'd call them a mate, to be honest. And when Liam announced that he was leaving, he said it's a cliche that gets thrown around a lot, but it's a great group. But it really is, like, it is thrown around a lot, but it's an amazing group of people, and just lucky to share the dressing room with them, really. And
you have the Supporters Player of the Year award. You have the award from your peers, which I'm not trying to put you on the spot and say which means the most, but obviously that has different feelings, doesn't it, when it's coming from your pals and from your teammates?
No, it does. Obviously, get enough stick off most of them, so it's nice for them to be nice for us every now and then. But no, obviously I'm just delighted to get it, and really, really grateful.
Richly deserved. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Yet again, a winner, Owen Bailey. The boy didn't leave me iron again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our 7th award, this is our final award, and we're delighted to say that it's been sponsored by our front of shirt sponsor, Pass Logistics, this evening, and this is for the Player of the Year. Adrian, are you coming up, or are we having somebody else? Okay, big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the screen for our nominees. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all of our nominees, Robbie Dott, Owen Bailey, Luke Molyneux and Jack Senior. Adrian, I'm going to ask you to reveal who is our winner.
Owen Bailey.
Big thank you to Past Logistics for their kind support of this evening's award. Owen, there you go. Yet another award. The wheelbarrow's ready to take them all home, but some great competition there that you had to face with Robbie Gotts and Jack Senior, and you know, you've come up trumps again.
Yeah, no, obviously really happy, but yeah, like you said there, I think obviously Jack's been unbelievable, Gotsy, Moles, everything. There's been a lot of lads who've been brilliant, and you know, I've been lucky that I've stayed fit, and I think the season had I went on a couple more games, I might have choked that one. So
it's been a real team effort, hasn't it? Because obviously, you know, the squad's far deeper this year. We've done reasonably well, you know, in the cups, and you know, players have had to, you know, really try and catch the manager's eye and get themselves the shirt, and you know, try and retain that shirt. But you know, there's been impact from the bench as well, so it's been a real team effort this year.
It has, yeah. You know, always run with quite a big squad and competition for places, and you know, the lads drive each other on all the time, and I think obviously the competition's healthy, and the lads just want to see each other do well, so it brings the best out in everyone.
Fantastic. Owen, congratulations on yet another award tonight, richly deserved. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The player of the year, Owen Bailey. Well, a real stellar winner there, ladies and gentlemen, and that does conclude the awards section of this evening. We are going to take a short break, and we are going to draw the raffle, and of course the silent auction will follow as well. So we will return back in around about 15 minutes' time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's your final few opportunities in which to get involved with this evening's live auction. Now we'll be closing at 10 o'clock. As far as our live streaming viewers at home, thank you very much indeed for joining us tonight. Sincerely hope you've enjoyed the evening. Definitely the first for us as far as streaming this particular event. So from us to everybody watching at home, we say goodbye. We'll continue our event with the raffle and live auction.